When Italians was black. All right. And the word black is a byword. It's part of the curse of Deuteronomy 28:37. All right. That word was, I believe, in 1774. It was first used to strip the, the Israelites that brought here from Spain, Portugal, and West Africa. All right. Mainly Jake from West Africa. That happened during the 18th century. All right. More Israelites was brought from West Africa. All right, and the term black was used to strip you from your nationality. All right, so you won't have no rights. All right, um, Southern Italians were considered black, and the South was subject to the Jim Crow laws of segregation. They weren't allowed to marry whites. It was difficult, damn near impossible. All right, they were designated black on a census form if they lived in the South. That is because the majority of them were dark skinned. So like I established, man, they were dark skinned when they came over here. I went over history, man. It said mass lynchings happen to them often. Yup, and that's part of curses. Um, it says Deuteronomy. Let's see. Yep, it says Deuteronomy 28:65. It says, and among these nations thou shalt find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, but Yahweh shall give thee there a trembling heart and fail in the eyes, and sorrow of the mind, and thy life shall hang in doubt there for thee, and thou shalt fear the day and night, and shall have no assurance of thy life. Yep, yep. It says, in the morning thou shalt say, well, God, it were even. At even thou wilt say with God every morning, for the fear of thy heart where thou shalt fear, for the sight of thy eyes which thou shalt see. Yep. And who said that today? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. And those that are of Israelite descent, man. Your life hanging in doubt, man. All right. Even in Sicily, man. Sicily number a damn ghetto. You know, if you look it up. And they all the curses upon them, man. You know, they killing each other, everything, man. All right. So let me read another. It says Deuteronomy 28:50. A nation of fierce countenance which should not regard a person of old, nor show favor to the young. All right. So there you go, man. They don't care whether it's like be old or young, man. All right. Yep. So you know, that's part of the curse of disobeying the law, statute, commandments, man. All right. Um, But it said one of the biggest mass lynchings happened to the Italians in New Orleans when they thought that an Italian immigrant had killed a white police officer. Very few North Italians that immigrate had perpetrated a myth that certain Italian and Greeks were a different race and in order to save their own asses. This wasn't true. There was actually dark-skinned Italians all over Italy, not just in the South, right, man? Because the Moors and Jake, man, they was all through Italy, man. All right. Now you do another time that they do got Edomites up in Italy, man. All right, actually Edomites so-called white people in Italy, man. But you also had Jake there, man. All right, but most of they comprise in the southern Italy now. Um, not just in the south, as well as light-skinned Italians all over Italy. All right. The reason I say very few is because over 80% of Italian immigrants were from southern Italy, Sicily, Abruzzo, Calabria, Campania, Sardinia, Naples, and etc. Yep. It was highly unlikely, damn near impossible at a certain time to own a slave because they were seen as the same as blacks. They was, man. They was Israelites. At the same time, they were second right behind the black most discriminated or gruesome grim. Um, Now it was this book. It tell you how the Southern Italians they would trick. They tricked by Esau to get on the ship and come here to America. They actually did start slavery with their Israelite brother from West Africa, man. All right, but that was like at the very end of slavery, man. All right. I'm gonna get you the name of the book when I do an update on to this one, this part. It says the mass immigration from Italian did not start to 1880. Even then, they discriminate against. However, this mass immigration leads into Italian Americans today. The Italians, the fourth largest ethnic group reported among white Americans. It said a great majority of Italians are now middle class to upper middle class, and well, they also work white collar jobs, right, man? Because they got that white and black. It's a status, man. That's all it is. All right, because it was a Hamite from Egypt in the 1970s. He came here to Egypt and um, he was black, and he was just ignorant of the law of the system, how it works here. And he won't be designated black, but they designate him as white. So it's a status, man. Black and white is a status. That's another thing Esau, so-called white man, don't tell you, because they're not actually white; they're red. All right. It says their intermarriage rate is around 90%. It was at 80% in the 70s. So most Italian Americans also have a white parent, some other descent, especially if they were born after 1980. Exactly like my friend who has a Sicilian father, and he is very dark skinned and white southern for a mother. We spoke to my friend's Sicilian grandfather, and he said that this is one of his brothers was dating a white girl from the South back in the day, and that her family considered him black. They thought that they was weird because that time they was living in New York. They are now considered white, right, man? They got that status. All right. It says right here, yep. And then they go to comments. I thought it was interesting to look back then. When I was looking at them now. I knew they weren't considered white back then, but I had no idea they actually wrote them down as black. Yeah, man. On Sister Forum, that shocked me. It shocked that she felt that she was an Israelite, man. When I found that my friend Answer was listed as black on the Sister Forum, I thought the answer was just biracial, who had a Sicilian father, and so did she. Yep. We were just as surprised to find out that he was just a teenage Sicilian immigrant. My friend has tan skin, dark hair, blue eyes, and freckles to boot. So you can see both in this and my Greek professor is way darker than her. He also had a white waspy mother. All right, because your nationality go by your seed, man, not your mom. All right, and that's in put that in Numbers. Cause you have to remember Israel's a man. All right, he's the progenitor of our people. But let me get this Numbers 1:16. These were the renown of the congregation, princes of the tribes of their fathers, heads of thousands in Israel. All right. I'm gonna go to 1. It says, and Yahweh spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai in the tabernacle of the congregation on the first day of the second month in the second year after they would come out of the land of Egypt, saying, take ye the sons of all the congregation of the children of Israel and after their families, by the house of their fathers, with the number of their names, every male by their poles. Right. Showing that Israel, your nationality go by your father. All right. So this woman right here, she's an Israelite because her father's an Israelite, man. And his father's father go back to Israel, man. All right. It says Italians are still discriminated against. I remember hearing a group of white women refer to them as ghetto whites. Right, man. All right. And they showing that hatred, man. It said many whites who feel they have a true bloodline don't like them. Anglo-Saxon is a bitch. Now the so-called white man, he's not the original Anglo-Saxons, man. All right, original Anglo-Saxons were dark-skinned people, descended from the tribe of Judah, man, the Southern Kingdom, man. Pretty much anyone not from England, Germany, not Judah, Netherlands, so on is not truly white. All right. From my experience, when I look at history, this is how white supremacists feel. Spaniards are taken considered European white, but many don't accept them as that. Yup, because the Moors conquered Spain, man. And the Moors been in Spain. The Moors are Israelites, man. They converted to Islam in 7 AD, man. All right, because you had Israelites all through Morocco. All right, here goes somebody trying to lie, Tom. It said correct as a sin. I want to put my 2 cents in. Sicily is the most conquered land in the world. It's common misconception Sicily are being predominantly dark skinned. We have all kinds of different shades in Sicily, but we also have a large amount of whites from our family. Example, I have olive skin to lily white red. See, he trying to deny that he's Israelite. All right, dark skin. But look at down here, and somebody gonna curse him out. It says, let's see. Watch this. This is funny. It says right here for Alan Campbell, settle down, Tom. You appear to be in denial to the point of not seeing the forest for the trees. The hostilities you yourself describe as from are of those from the north against those of the south, where people are known to be dark in complexion, is how racist white react to black people. You might consider your complexion olive, but to man white to white man, you are black. Most of the Italians who fled the U.S. intermarried with whites and other light-skinned non-whites. Their children are very comfortable being identified as white. It was not the writer's intent to convince you that you're black, but to inform you of what was versus what is. I think they done a superb job because I too remember when Italians were not white in the 50s in my native city of New Orleans, Allen. See that? There goes somebody who lived down there, and they got the history, man. Yeah. And he said, I remember. He said, because I too remember what times were not white in the 50s. Yep. See, he lived through it, man. All right. It says right here, it said, in my experience, it goes somebody else, my experience, white Sicilians are country far northwest of Sicily, around Palermo and Trapani. The rest of Sicily is olive brown skinned. See that? All right. So there you go, man. All right. And yep. So that's it, man. All right. So Shalom Akim.